How long had you been waiting before the bus finally arrived?
I had been waiting for an hour before the bus finally arrived.
What had you been doing before the power went out?
I had been studying for my exam before the power went out.
How long had they been working on the project before they decided to take a break?
They had been working on the project for 3 hours before they decided to take a break.
Why were you so tired yesterday?
I had been running errands all day yesterday.
What had she been cooking when you arrived home?
She had been cooking dinner when I arrived home.
How long had the construction been going on before it finally finished?
The construction had been going on for months before it finally finished.
What had the children been playing with before they got bored?
The children had been playing with their toys before they got bored.
How long had you been living in that city before you decided to move?
I had been living in that city for 5 years before I decided to move.
Why were you late for the meeting?
I had been stuck in traffic for over an hour.
How long had she been studying Spanish before she became fluent?
She had been studying Spanish for years before she became fluent.
What had he been watching before he fell asleep on the couch?
He had been watching a movie before he fell asleep on the couch.
Why were they so dirty when they got home?
They had been playing in the mud before they got home.
How long had you been practicing before you finally mastered the piano piece?
I had been practicing for weeks before I finally mastered the piano piece.
What had the dog been barking at before it quieted down?
The dog had been barking at the mailman before it quieted down.
Why were the roads so icy this morning?
It had been snowing heavily all night before it finally stopped.
How long had they been waiting for the concert to start before the band came on stage?
They had been waiting for hours before the band finally came on stage.
What had you been doing before you realized you lost your keys?
I had been cleaning the house before I realized I lost my keys.
Why were you so sunburned after the picnic?
We had been sitting outside in the sun for hours during the picnic.
How long had she been studying before she decided to take a break?
She had been studying for hours before she decided to take a break.
What had they been arguing about before they finally reached a compromise?
They had been arguing about money before they finally reached a compromise.